Hi, everybody. Welcome back, and welcome back to me because I think I've had a pretty long hiatus. I haven't recorded in a really long time, and I'm excited to be back, and I'm excited to draw with you guys today. And hopefully, it's going to be a helpful session. I'm not sure how long we're going to run today, maybe about 15 or 20 minutes. And tomorrow, we're going to pick back up on some more new stuff. But thanks for watching today. And today, I think I said today a lot already. But today we are going to be doing some Game of Thrones stuff. So I'm really excited for that because um, I'm excited for the premiere. So it's going to be a couple of weeks before that new season 7 of Game of Thrones is coming back. So I'm excited to do some themed stuff here, and I'm going to be starting with Joffrey. So let's go into Photoshop. And I'm just going to be doing a couple of caricatures first, and then I'll move on to doing a character design. So that's kind of how I work, and hopefully we'll get to see a good amount of it. I know that probably won't get to the full colored final illustration because I know that's going to take a little bit more time, but you should be able to see a few things. So what I'm going to do first is bring in a couple of pictures of Joffrey. Let's see if I can find any more. I just want to get like that essence of his face going on. So let's see if I can find some more good images. So this is another good one. So we have a few to start with. And let's see if I can find any more. He's kind of one of my favorite villains from the show. He's very, very strong character that's no longer with us anymore, but but we all appreciated him while he was there on the show. So I didn't want to exclude him from the character designs that I'm going to be doing today and throughout the month as we kind of celebrate this new sort of season of Game of Thrones. So let me open this up a little bit wider, make sure that you guys can see my Photoshop. Okay, so let me open this window up a little bit more. Let me just make sure that this is showing as clearly as possible. Yeah, I'm excited to come back. I haven't recorded, like I said, in a long time, so I feel pretty excited and ready to do this. So let me see if I can change the canvas size. Okay, let's make the width maybe about twice as much as it is right now. Okay, so that's much better. And I'm going to move these references images over a little bit so that they won't be like directly in the way. Because right now they're a little bit obstructing the drawing zone. So here we go. This is probably the number one reference I'm going to use. So here we go. I'm going to start with a nice clean layer. And what I'm going to be looking for with making a caricature is just kind of picking out features that I feel like stand out to me. So first I'm kind of seeing sort of really squarish head shape. And right now at this stage, you really don't have to worry about being overly accurate or anything. We just want to kind of get the gist of what's going on. So we just got this longer mouth, sort of close our eyes. And I might do a couple of these, so we'll see. And he's got a heavy brow, kind of, and a sarcastic look about him. And this kind of smirk, so maybe I'll keep some of that smirk happening. Let's see. It's got a really pointy chin. But I'm saying all these things out loud because I just want to, share with you like what I'm looking for when I look at the reference picture, and I'm just starting to draw a little bit, and it's like skinny bridge and a broader base of the nose. And I'll draw a couple of these just to kind of get it how I want it to be more. I want to make him look even like more menacing though. I don't feel like he's quite looking menacing in this first attempt at his caricature. So he kind of has this crooked crown. I see it's a little bit crooked the way they have it placed on him. And after I do these, I'll probably turn my designs into lines as continuing in my theme of 1,000 Lions. I'll be doing these caricatures. If you've seen some of what I've been posting on Instagram at Alicia Day and Art, really taking caricatures and making lines out of them is part of a little project that I started. I'm gonna be continuing on. So after I just play around with making some caricatures, I'll probably I will turn him into a line after. And it's suiting because, as they say, it's just the House of Lions. So, okay, it's not a bad first attempt at Joffrey. I'm gonna draw a couple more though. And like, if you're new at doing caricatures or character design, always know that your first attempt is really never going to be your last attempt. You're always gonna be wanting to draw and then redraw, and that's really what's going to make you get better and get the kind of style that you're looking for. I mean, I want to definitely try out a couple of things before I commit to one final drawing that I'm actually going to clean up and color and all of that stuff. And the one that you actually clean up and color should be one that you really, really love. And so, I mean, to get there, you want to just keep trying over and over again until you find it and you're like, okay, that's the one. And right now, I'm just playing around with his features, seeing if I can get the type of maybe this one looks a little bit old for him, but the ears kind of, maybe I can make it look younger with the neck too, with the skinnier neck. I'm already liking this one more than the last one I was working on. It has like a really like bowl cut. I'm not going to put the whole thing in there. Even after you find one that you kind of like, even after you might be on a second, oh, that looks kind of good. Still, I would definitely recommend drawing it a couple times even more just to make sure that you have it like really where you want it to be. But yeah, like I said, I'm already, because like as you go, you're gonna feel more comfortable, and suddenly you're gonna start to think more about not just how they look, but how they act too, and that's gonna come out in the caricature. And so, like I said, I'm already feeling better about this one than the first one, and I'm still gonna try it several times before I commit to the final illustration. But yeah, that looks better. I think that's more, that's just personality coming through. The neck is like super long, so maybe I won't make it quite as long next time, but I think it does kind of not euthanize, youthfulize, or whatever the word would be, because his face was looking really like strong with some of the like the deep brows and stuff I had that made him look a little older. I think this kind of helped out a little bit. So I'll try another one. And right now I'm using Photoshop, and the pen I'm using is just like a, I don't know what it's called. I think it's just like a pencil. Let's see what it's called. Round watercolor is what it's called. In size 14, and I'm using a reddish color as you can see, but it says round watercolor, which I didn't even know. It looks like a little pen. If you're using like Photoshop CC, it looks like a little like pencil, like one of those actually like thick um, type pencils. That's what it looks like in the brush menu. So I'm gonna do his brows down again because he is like such a menacing soul that I want to at least let that part show. And maybe I'll make him. I'm actually like making the faces like myself when I'm drawing it. If you ever like see old pictures of animators, sometimes you'll see them like making faces as they're acting out, because even if you're just doing caricatures or just drawing a character that's expressing emotion, you're gonna wanna like show like the actual emotion, and like there's no better way to like draw it than to like actually feel it on yourself. So that's why like I do it. I don't know, you might do it, or you might know someone who actually like when they're drawing, they're like making faces that of the characters that they're actually drawing. And it's kind of funny that you don't really notice it all the time, but then sometimes you'll like, hold on, why is my face moving while I'm doing this? I think I want to change something here. Maybe I want to make his nose smaller. Maybe I want to, and it's okay to erase. Maybe I want to make these closer up. And I'm trying to like figure out like how I want to make them, like maybe like one eye is kind of open a little bit and the other one is more closed. Let's see. So I'm trying to like figure him out now. And you can be flexible with your drawing styles. You don't have to pick like one or the other. You can vary between different types of styles that you like when you're drawing. Experimenting is good. Let experimenting be your friend. I highly recommend that. With some bigger type of ears. And how do I want to give him like. And when you add the color, like you want it to look like the character before you even start to put colors in and uniforms and things that really, other things that make them stand out. Because if you can make it look like them with just the face, you're already like way ahead. And like I said, it might take a couple of tries. Like this one is like, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not great. But I know I can make it if I keep trying closer to what I actually want for my final. And now that I'm looking at him, I'm seeing that maybe his head is a little bit actually more of a heart shape because it's like it's pointy at the end. So maybe I'll include that more with my next drawing. And he does have the really bright light eyes that I want to include, like really crystally blue eyes, and I want to include that. So I want to keep certain things in mind. He actually kind of has like a hunch back a little bit. Maybe you kind of like, you know how awkward teenagers are? They have like, especially boys, they kind of walk a little bit hunched. He's kind of like, he kind of does that a little bit. I'm seeing it here, like his back is all the way here and his head is, and seeing it here, he's like, it seems like he's like kind of hunchy a little bit. And if I dramatize that a bit, it makes it a lot funnier. Like he's supposed to be this, you know, king of everything, king of the seven kingdoms and whatnot, but he still is like an awkward little teenager. And I think that's kind of that's you know that's just dramatizing that a little bit makes it that much more funny. Hopefully you guys can't hear my TV. It's a little bit. It like goes in and out of being too loud and normal. I need like a proper studio. One day I'll have one day I'll have a better studio for you guys. But right now, I like to have a little bit of something in the background just so I don't, feel like really weird with all the white noise. Okay, that's kind of funny. I didn't know how I was liking it at first, but now that it's like more ready, I kind of like it a little bit. It's kind of funny, especially like the hunchback. I'm feeling that. Okay, I'm feeling that. Looks kind of fun. But you see, as you go, you like find certain like details that you don't notice right away. Like I didn't notice right away that he had sort of a little bit of a hunch in his like posture. It's not in his back; it's the way he's holding himself. And it's not even that there's something wrong with that. It's really normal for a kid that age. And these little things that you just don't even realize are there and right away. And then like the more you look at it, the more you look at the references. Your references, if I haven't said this before, I'll tell you now, your references are your best friend. So always have references. And the more you have, like it makes it even better because you'll be able to see it in different places. And like that's just more confirmation for you, like, okay, I'm not crazy. This is really a thing. And maybe like I'm thinking like, just because he's, that boyish age, I don't know how old he is here, but he looks about 14. Maybe he does have kind of rosy cheeks still or something. I don't know. But that's something that I can add to like my final drawing when I go back and I look at all my sketches and say, okay, I want to add like maybe the rosy cheeks thing or whatever. So, okay, I'm liking that. So right here, I'm gonna do one more reference sketch, and I will definitely be coming back to record tomorrow. And I would love to be able to share with you my final illustration. So I hope that you guys come back and watch me. And we are going to actually be picking up Figure Friday again. I'm excited, really excited, because I feel like I didn't give it enough chance for people to actually jump on board until we moved to YouTube. And I've been new to YouTube when I started Figure Friday, but I think it's a great tool for artists to have and use, and just to see, how I go about doing figure drawing, and hopefully that helps you out in your process of figure drawing and learning how to, really grasp that such vital part of art making. I think I definitely stress figure drawing for anyone who wants to do illustration, animation, character design, storyboard, anything where you have to draw people or animals. Figure drawing is the key. I'm telling you, it's gonna help you so much, especially if you do it regularly, at least a couple hours a week. So Here we go. Here's gonna be my last reference photo for the day, and then I'm gonna do my um, line drawing off camera, and I'm gonna bring that to you guys and show you the final details tomorrow. So let's see what we can do. Now I remember saying to myself and to you guys that his head is actually kind of heart-shaped, and I want to kind of apply that a little bit here, especially with like a pointiness. And I want to make his eyes like, I actually want to make his eyes like really like closer together and kind of mean. I can do that. I want to make them big and small at the same time. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. So maybe I can actually do that. Let's see if I can make them big and small at the same time. Maybe I want to make him like thicker, like eyeliner a little bit. He has a bit of a crooked nose, just a little bit of a crooked nose. Now I'm a little bit quiet because I'm like thinking. I want to make it really good for you guys. I want to make it as good as possible for you guys. I think I want to make his chin lower and the top of his head a little bit. It looks really awkward now, but I'm getting there. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. So don't judge my little bit of an awkward face that I'm going through right now to try and get to that final result. I want to do like the one eyebrow up, one eyebrow down sort of thing. Change his nose a little bit more. As I tell you, a little, kind of a little nose, but it's a weird shape. Maybe I should make it. I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to figure it out. I want to make it like, I want to give him like a really big, creepy smile on him. But I don't know like how to, how I want to do it. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to. No, it's like really there's like no gap. There's like almost no gap between his nose and where his lips start. So I want to show that somehow. It's like perfect. I know it doesn't. This just because this is my final drawing here. I know it doesn't have to be my last one. I can always erase and I can always start over. But I'm gonna try to get it as close to figuring out as possible. He has this like mushy, mushy hair. And it's kind of, I don't know why, his ears just feel kind of monkeyish to me. And he's like skinny, but he has like this very pronounced jawline that makes it protrude like that. So I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe I'll make his eyes smaller. His eyes are like little, but starting to look more how I want it. Not all the way there, but it's like getting there. I can feel it moving in the right direction, even though it hasn't like arrived there yet. And I want to actually dramatize his crown, I think, a little bit. And make it a little bit more dramatic. Well, that's what dramatize means, but you know, I like to say things over and over again in different ways. This is actually really fun. I recommend doing this, all you guys who are watching now or later, and if not to Game of Thrones, to whatever your favorite show is. You know, whatever inspires you is a great resource for you to improve your drawing skills, because whatever inspires you and makes you want to draw, it's good. It's a good thing. You know, as long as you're not drawing like that stuff. Yeah, and even if like whatever it is that inspires you to draw, that's like a good tool. So I mean, why not take advantage of it? So hopefully you guys are getting like, you know, the ultimate message here, which is what I want, is for you to draw, like find inspiration out there somewhere in the world and draw it. And you know, while you're having fun and drawing, you're getting better, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a journey. It's gonna be hard sometimes. Sometimes you're not gonna feel like drawing. Sometimes you're gonna miss a couple of weeks, but get back. Like whatever you do, get back, draw again, find your references, find your inspiration, and draw. It's like the people, like those of us who like find this fun, even though it's not all the time. And you know, you might just be starting to draw on your 50 years old or 60 years old, and that's okay. It doesn't matter when you start. Whenever you start, you know, you can get to the level you want as long as you want it. So if you want to be really good at drawing, then I definitely recommend just keep doing it and stick around. And hopefully, if you like this video on this channel, you'll stick with me and we'll get better together. That's the most fun part of it. I really like this one actually. And you see, this is my last, you know, this is the last one that I'm doing, but I think I like this one probably the most because I've learned all the stuff that I learned on my other drawings, you know, I'm able to take with me now in this one. You know, I have the more experience with this character that I hadn't even never drawn him before. I've never drawn him before. And so it's just fun, like, to experience it for the first time and say, hey, you know, this is what I've come up with so far. And it's pretty neat. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this fun session of Game of Thrones drawing King Joffrey, and I hope that you guys come back and see me again. So thanks for watching, and like I always like to say, if it's going to go back to me, let's see, is be grateful with balance, and what else I say? Be yourself. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.